Okay, getting started here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Getting started this morning. Hi, Rufy. Good morning, Annie. Hello, hello. As we're coming in, if we could start booping that screen, sharing the live out, we could start getting started with our day. And that way, when we get to 2,000 likes, we can start having conversations. That big of him. My friend made me that meme so I could put it on the background. And so now my pretzel has a little lightsaber to fight the Empire, because Luca, I see you in the queue. If you could wait till we get up to 2,000 likes so that you're not the only person I speak to today, that would be great. No, because I'm not a liberal and I'm not crying. So no. We're just trying to have conversations about why you're still supporting him and standing 10 toes down in his policies and the things that he's doing that I believe are harming the American people. But cool. Vibes, feelings, football teams, all those things that you guys like to do. Sounds like I'm Winnie. It's not how you spell whiny. You guys keep booping that screen share on the live out. If you have not done your daily heartbeat, please do so. Hi, Megan. I see you coming in. And then we can hopefully have some conversations. I see that they're already nice and triggered and mad. Yep, they're definitely boosting the engagement. No, I haven't seen it. Nobody has. Who's not a liberal? Trump is a liberal. He believes in capitalism. He absolutely is a liberal. It's weird. Trolling is weird to me. I think, if I'm not going to be on TikTok, it's not fun for me to troll. I just want to go, watch TV, read a book, hang out. Those are the things that I want to do. I'm not making a claim that he is. I'm actually just pointing out the fact that he was the one who campaigned on releasing it and then hasn't. I'm not making a claim that he is. Yeah, they're real mad, Megan. They're real mad.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I support him. Isn't that what the image says?
It asks why are you still supporting him. I just have to ask because I do get friendlies who come up here.
Uh-huh.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
26, California.
Okay. Why are you still supporting Trump?
I just agree with his closed border policy, I think,
What
keeping the
did he
criminals out
institute
or
with
the
the closed
illegals.
border?
Well, maybe it's not a policy, but it's still a thing he said.
Sure, he
Regarding the
can say
Epstein
it. That doesn't
files,
mean he can
he
do it.
probably first he says he's going to release him during his campaign, but then for some reason he changed his mind. That's why he says it's a hoax. But
Well, he said it doesn't exist, and now he says it's a hoax. That's weird.
yeah, like your claim.
What's my claim?
Oh, I don't know. Would you please tell it to me?
I didn't make a claim.
Okay, then
I'm
why do you
asking
not
you
like
why
him?
you're still supporting him.
Because I just agree with what he does for the country, keeping it safe.
How is he keeping it safe?
Oh, I don't know. Illegal immigrants with criminal intentions, killing national citizens.
Okay, I we have to talk like toddlers on TikTok. Unfortunately, TikTok is sensitive. It sucks. It's the way it is. When we are talking about crime rates, do immigrants commit more crime per capita than U.S. citizens do?
No, definitely illegal immigrants do that more than national citizens.
Okay,
I
show
don't know
me
why
a
the
stat
fuck
where
you're
it
crying
says
about
that.
it.
I would love to see that stat. Show me that.
You do it first.
No, I didn't make a claim. You made a claim?
You made the
So,
claim first, and
no,
I
I
did
asked you a
second.
question.
Cry about it.
Then you made a claim, and now you
You're
don't want to
crying
back
about
the
it.
claim up.
Your
I
tears are
know.
real fucking
How
delicious.
can you just say things that you can't back up? I'm aware.
And you're backing them front down my dick.
No.
And you want to let our citizens die.
I do have a link for that, but that's a separate thing that we can't talk about on TikTok. You'll probably be in there later. I will see that I have a new flying fan. We'll see. I know you just can't back it up. It's just so tough, isn't it? Work wife is here. By the way, guys, this is my backup. If you are not following that, please do so. We're trying to get her up to 1,000 followers. Hi, my love.
Hi.
She's like, yeah, I get to relax and debate instead of be at the computer and debate.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I could probably like go sit with the water running in the shower and like try to de-gunk myself. Fun fact, when you work with children, vaccinate your fucking kids.
Vaccinate your kids. You guys, let's get up to 10,000 likes in the next like 5-ish minutes. I think you guys can do that. I believe in you. Tap those fingers till they hurt.
The heart.
Thank you for your heart means. I appreciate it so much.
Also, you don't see my bars everywhere, like when I normally go live for my phone.
Miguel said, that's disgusting. No respect for your husband. My husband is very aware. My husband does not care because he's not insecure. Because guess what? As many men that can pay to look at me don't get to touch me.
Mm-hmm.
But my husband does. If you're just jealous, just say that, Miguel. It's fine. You don't have the $9.99 a month. Just say that.
It's not the $9.99. You could at least do 20.
Right. Angry, how are you today?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
46, and I live in New York.
Okay. Why are you still supporting him?
Oh, like he said previously, he's helping out with the deportations of illegal immigrants. But here's the thing:
What makes
is
them illegal?
well, can you let me finish, please?
Nope. What makes them illegal?
I'm sorry.
What makes them illegal?
What defines a citizen?
That's not how you answer questions.
Not how you answer
Well,
questions.
that's exactly how I'm going to answer the question.
No.
So what?
Well,
what
luckily for
makes
you,
a
our
citizen?
Constitution. Why are men like this? Luckily for you, our Constitution is very specific
what
about
makes a
determining the
citizen?
differences between persons and citizens. So I ask you again: what makes them illegal?
So what makes a citizen? What can they do that an illegal immigrant can't?
They can vote.
Yeah,
What defines a citizen?
They can vote.
they can vote. They
They can vote.
typically have
What
a
else?
social security number. They have a birth certificate.
Correct.
So basically, we pay taxes, and they don't. They read
They
the
do
taxes.
pay
That's
taxes.
what you're insinuating.
That's not a citizenship thing.
Everyone
So,
pays
no,
taxes.
you just said that they don't
Everyone
have.
everyone
They have
pays
Social
taxes.
Security, or they don't. You're kind of.
They have an ITIN. What is an ITIN, Angry?
Why don't you tell me what that is?
It's an individual tax identification number. It's an individual tax
Okay, so
identification number.
do they pay? So do they pay taxes or not?
Yes.
So going back to my original question, what is the difference between a citizen and an illegal?
We just said.
What
They
defines
would
a
have a
citizen?
social security number, which would be different than an ITIN. You would have a birth certificate from the United States or any military base on another country, and you have the right to vote.
They either pay taxes or they don't. Which is it?
They do.
Oh, they pay taxes.
They do pay
They
taxes.
don't.
Yes, they do.
Well, you guys got to be careful.
If they don't pay taxes, how come ICE is trying to work with the IRS to get their
Well, why don't
information?
you ask your friends? You just say your
If
own
they
friends.
don't pay taxes, why is ICE working with the IRS to get their information?
You kind of contradicted your friend there.
No, I didn't.
She said that they do. They do. So which is it? No,
What?
she said that they do.
No, I don't think no.
Your
So
friend
I think
said that.
you're
What do you
so
mean?
used to blabbering. What I said is undocumented immigrants do pay taxes.
Correct.
Okay. So then what's the difference between? I'll ask it again.
Yeah,
What can
same
a-
question.
Voting?
Birth certificate, social
Birth
security
certificate.
number.
voting, and a birth certificate, and a social security number. You're not smart.
Get it. I genuinely
You just cut off, don't you? You don't like to hear it. You don't like to hear
We were literally waiting for you to reply.
No, you like to. All you like to do is mute.
Oh my god,
Just
you
so
guys are
it's
the
the same
biggest
face.
fucking soft ass crybabies I've ever met in my life. Yeah, also the ability to hold office. Although, I mean, some immigrants can hold office, they just can't hold like presidential office. Because like Arnold Schwarzenegger exists. They just don't want to listen. They don't want to actually give facts. They just run themselves in circles.
Do we have rules for VP like that? Do you know?
I think VP is the same, yeah. You have to be a US citizen. John, how are you today?
I'm all right. So is everybody on here like they don't support Trump? Is that what this is? I'm just coming across it, and I just want to ask a question. Okay. May
Who'd you
I
vote
ask?
for?
I voted for Trump.
Okay, and why are you still supporting him?
Oh, absolutely.
And why is that?
Well, his last term, did anybody catch his before he even got in office? And this is the reason why I do, because I have a lot of military family and friends. Did anybody catch his meeting that he did with the Taliban the last 18 months of his
that was bad.
Oh no, it was not. See, it's bad to people who don't pay attention.
Did he include the Afghani government in that meeting?
No, yeah, he actually did. And
No,
yes,
he did
yes,
not.
he did.
He did
No,
not.
he did.
When that
Listen.
When that conversation occurred, it was a conversation between Trump, Mike Pompeo, and the Taliban, excluding the Afghan government for the release of 5,000 Taliban prisoners, and to minimize American. Hold on, I'm still talking. And to minimize American troop presence that were in Afghanistan, that moved us from our base where we were in Afghanistan to the Kabul airport, ultimately leading to those 13 service members losing their lives to one of the 5,000 Taliban prisoners released. I don't want you to sit up here and tell me how that was a fucking good meeting.
The Afghani government was not included in that meeting. So why was that a good thing? Why don't you guys know how to unmute? Oh, goodness. When you learn how to unmute, maybe you'll be able to say your points.
My cold medicine is on its way, then maybe I can hear better.
Maybe I can hear better. You guys, we finally got to 10K. Keep tapping that screen to 15K. We have 13 shares. Let's get that up to 15. I believe in you and think you can do that. 350 people in here. If you have not sent your daily heart me, please do so. We can keep having conversations with backed up cited sources today. James, how are you?
Hello.
Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
Okay, why are you still supporting him?
Because he's doing a good job.
With what? Let's name one thing.
Everything.
Let's start with one thing, and we can talk about it.
He's getting those immigrants out of this country.
Why do immigrants bother you?
Because they don't pay income tax.
Yes,
It's
they do.
known facts.
Yes, they do.
You can twist it any way you want to.
I don't have to twist it when I know for a fact. Oh, look, IRS begins sharing sensitive taxpayer data with immigration authorities. Why would they do that?
You ever been on a construction job? They get paid cash. Then they
Not
run
all
up to
of them.
the
No.
bank and send that money.
So that would be
back
under
to
the
Mexico.
table, and that would be an issue with the construction company, not with the immigrant, right? So most of the undocumented immigrants we know of have ITINs, and they pay towards the tax system. The ones you are talking about are getting paid under the table by employers, so you should go after the employers.
Why do you hate America?
I don't. I love America. That's why I'm fighting for it against people like you.
Really? I didn't like Biden, but I didn't come on the internet every day and trash him.
I'm not trashing Trump. I'm asking people why they're supporting Trump, and I want to dig into his policies and find out what you're getting that is a benefit from it. That's what I'm doing.
Also, what's wrong with using our First Amendment against the government? You guys did that for the last 4 years when Biden was in office.
I never once bashed Biden.
That's fine. That's within your right to do so. Just as in with my right. Yeah, his rebuttal to the IRS thing was "You hate America." Yeah, he pivoted. That's fine, but it's within my right to do so. I'm not trashing him. I'm trying to show people that his policies are not helping you.
And why do you support the Taliban so bad? Because
I don't.
if you're a part of their
Trump.
group, you'd be a slave. Or
That
you'd
was
be,
Trump.
The one. No.
I'm a slave here. No, real quick, because he's gonna do the whole live your life in other countries thing. See how it goes. I'm a slave in this country. They don't like women in this country.
Really?
Really.
When was the last time you didn't get to do what you wanted to do?
So the
currently-
Secretary of Defense reposted a post from a pastor who wants to take away the 19th Amendment. What's the 19th Amendment?
The right to vote. Nobody's taking away your rights. That's fear mongering liberals.
But why did a cabinet member repost something like that?
It's not going to happen.
Oh, like Roe v. Wade wasn't going to happen either, right? That's what you all said.
The First Step Act. We could talk about that too.
I mean,
Y'all said Roe v. Wade is never going to get overturned. You guys are fear-mongering. You guys are crying. You guys are whining. It's never going to happen. Here we are. Dobbs' decision happened.
now that's one point I would agree with you. I on the AB issue, it's a woman's right. Whatever she wants, she's got to deal with that.
Okay, well, you voted for a man who made it possible for it not to be.
I think he was a better choice, and it was my right to vote for who I
It
wanted.
was your right to vote for him, but he's not a better choice.
You also voted alongside his VP, who makes the gross statements about getting rid of no-fault divorces and that a woman should stay in a DV marriage because of the betterment of their kids. You also voted for a man who claims he wants to benefit IVF, but yet demonizes the same people who do that.
Why are you so angry, Alec? I mean, you're just angry.
Because we don't like being told, oh, look what the Taliban would do to you when that shit's happening here. You don't get to be shitty here just because it'd be shittier over there. A plate with 2 shits on it versus a plate with 1 shit on it, it's still shit.
Who do you think had Biden's auto pen his whole presidency?
Trump also uses auto pen. You don't know what that means.
Who had Biden's? Biden was asleep,
What did
so.
Trump use to sign the 1,600 pardons for the J6ers? Auto pen.
Oh, here we go, the J6ers.
It's not about
This thing gonna burn
it's
cities
about
like
what he
liberals
used to
did.
sign it, James. What did he use to sign it?
They said they can go burn cities like.
What did he
like
use to
liberals
sign
did.
it, James?
At least he was in control of his auto pen. Biden didn't
He
even know where he
used the
was
auto
at.
pen. That's what he used to sign the pardons. He used the auto pen. I know. What about Biden? Let that man unalive. What is Trump doing for you that's beneficial right now, James?
He's taking our country back
From who?
from liberals that just don't know. They know too much. It's not true.
You literally don't know anything.
You have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay. Typical liberal response.
I'm not a
waiting for
liberal.
personal-
I'm
not
not a
a
liberal.
personal attacks or business story.
I'm not a liberal.
Liberal.
Why don't you call me racist next? That's what's coming
You
out of your
probably
mouth.
are. I mean, if the shoe fits, lace it up and walk it, bitch. I don't know.
Wear that shoe.
Oh yeah, that's what's coming next. A personal attack. Then I'm a racist, and then I don't hate.
I didn't call you a
I
racist.
want
You
kids to
called
starve.
yourself
What's
one.
next?
You said, I'm going to be, next I'm going to be a racist. I said, if the shoe fits, why'd you bring it up? That was on
Well,
you.
that's what liberals do. They're perfect.
You called
They
me
can't-
names. I'm not a liberal. That's an insult to
You
me.
are a liberal.
No, I'm not.
I'm not a
What's
liberal.
a liberal versus a leftist?
That's what y'all do when you can't.
What's
you
a
can't
liberal?
win on facts. You just
What's a
personal attacks.
liberal?
Can I feel the screen real quick? How is this alpha energy?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're a fan now.
Gross.
Go to your
that's a
husband,
liberal
that's a
versus a
romance
Alpha
leftist.
side.
energy.
What's a liberal versus a leftist?
Y'all all the same. Y'all
What's a
hate
li-
America.
No, they're not the same.
Here.
You're a liberal. Hey, James,
No.
do you believe? Hey, James, do you believe in capitalism?
See, you went right to personal attack. You showed my picture. Great.
Do you believe
happy
in
now? Is
capitalism?
your miserable life better
I'll
now?
cry about it harder. Do you believe in capitalism?
I mean, yeah, I believe in capitalism.
You're a liberal. Congratulations.
Do you believe in socialism? How about that?
Yeah, I do. What is socialism?
Congratulations, you're a liberal.
What? No, that's not. You're an idiot. What is socialism?
Government pays for everything. That's what you want. You want free
Nope.
handouts for everybody.
Government? Nope. Government
Yes, you do.
are people owning the means of production. That's what socialism is.
Okay.
People owning the
Is
means
that
of
your
production.
taxpayer-funded education talking?
You don't understand what that is either.
Okay. Personal tax. Here we go.
Okay, muffins or something else, babe.
Always got to go to the personal tax.
Oh my gosh,
You
you're such
don't have nothing
I
to
thought you
stand
guys were
on.
alpha. I thought you guys were so strong. Yet you guys are the softest people. Softest people ever. So
Oh my
soft.
goodness. But you know what the
Just
difference
stand
between me?
behind your man, stand 10 toes behind your man, and actually give me policies that are working for you with facts, James.
You know what the difference in those? I don't hate you for who you voted for, but
I don't hate you
automatically
either. I don't hate you either, James. I just think you're very uneducated. I actually pity you.
Very uneducated.
You are. You have not given education. You have not given factual based information about anything that you voted for when it comes to Trump.
I live in the real world, not
Yeah,
stick
the
to
real world
stuff
is,
like
is
that.
objective fact. Yeah.
You know, most people I know, they don't care about, my rights are being. They care about how they're going to feed their family.
Yeah, and how? So okay, so let me ask you a question. How were your taxes under Trump's first term? Okay. You guys, I have a Wednesday. If you subscribe to me, there is a little runner that you guys can put up there. In the meantime, I want to say thank you to Chris, my friend, who sent me the 1 on the green appetizer to say to make men mad. Have a great day. And also the 5 from Aaron on the blue appetizer to tell James that he's a collection of Facebook memes wearing a coat trying to look like a person.
Also,
So-
friendly reminder with that, you guys can continue to support Monica that way. There is that 100 goal. You have that 10 to boot and that beautiful swan to also boot down. I also have my apps there as well. If someone wants to buy me lunch, that'd be great. You want to continue to support me in my classroom and or my dental fund because, you know, universal healthcare is such a scary thing. Come and help me fix my teeth.
Jocko, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Thank you, Chrissy, for subscribing. Why are you still supporting him?
For the prevention of from World War III
How's he
and
doing
for the
that?
economy.
How's he doing that?
How's he doing that?
Yeah, how's
He's
he
not
doing that?
blindly following the dictator Zelensky.
So you a Putin simp?
No, Putin's a dictator as well.
Oh, so
Zelensky's more
why
of a
is
dictator.
he? How come he wasn't able to stop it within 24 hours of being elected?
Because Zelensky, it benefits Zelensky to be at war.
How?
Well, his presidency expired over a year ago. So now Zelensky is a dictator. He is an absolute
You're saying
ruler.
because he was invaded and at war and they can't hold
No.
elections
Let
right now.
me finish.
Wow,
Let me
no,
finish.
wow. So you're saying that because he is at war because Russia invaded them and then he can't hold elections right now while his people are being unalived, that he is a dictator. That's what you're saying.
Do you understand what law is? His presidency expired.
He has suspended elections because
Correct.
he is at war right now.
He also suspended
Who
the
started
Ukraine
that
Constitution.
war? Who started that war?
Russia did.
Okay. So whose fault is that?
That would be Russia's.
Okay.
Totally agree with you there.
So what
But
is Trump doing
Zelensky
about Putin?
also-
What is Trump doing to make Putin stop?
He has to get both of them to stop.
He didn't invite Zelensky to the meeting in Alaska.
But he did invite
Russia,
Zelensky
as
to the
Trump
White
said.
House
Trump called it
when
Russia
Zelensky
twice.
refused to agree to a ceasefire.
That's not true. No, actually, it's the
Not true.
opposite.
Yeah, he did.
No.
It's on video. It's on YouTube.
No, that's not what happened. They
No.
wanted. Go
It
ahead.
is on YouTube. He straight up refused to agree to a
Not
ceasefire.
smart. Oh, none of you are smart.
No, what he did is he actually is the one that proposed an unconditional ceasefire. And what he was talking, like, I don't know exactly what video you're talking about because I read my news instead of watching videos because I don't know if people
I
realize
read
this,
and
but AI
watch.
exists. And it's,
I like to see what people actually say.
Hey, wait, Jocko, I had a question for you though, actually, real quick. So, are you familiar with the Ukrainian Constitution?
I am.
Awesome. Can you tell me when you claim it was suspended?
It was suspended when Zelensky announced martial law. I do believe in 2022.
No, actually, that's a part of their constitution. So you're still inherently wrong about that entire claim that you just made. It's a part of their constitution that if they declare an act of war, martial law is initiated, and therefore there are no elections, because a part of their constitution is that any single individual within the country of Ukraine can actually run for president regardless of what their background is, right? And because the individuals are serving on a war front, they can't automatically campaign to be elected.
I understand the left struggles with the word dictator. I don't think you understand.
Oh, okay. So let's be clear. So I just want to I want to make sure you understand this, right? So it's within the Ukrainian constitution that if they're in an active wartime, so war has been declared, right?
Correct.
That they cannot hold elections. You're
Correct.
now telling us that you want Zelensky to say
No, I
override
didn't say
the,
anything about
the
it.
Ukrainian constitution. You want Zelensky to override the Ukrainian constitution to hold an election? Wouldn't that be screaming dictatorship by overriding the constitution?
I never stated that. You're stating that. I'm saying that.
Oh, so then how is he a dictator? By upholding
his
in
presidency
what way?
expired. Did it not?
Oh my God, no, it did
No,
not.
that's not accurate. No.
It is accurate.
No,
It
it's not.
expired in 2024.
Because that lacks
May of
context of what's
2024,
going on.
his
It would be
presidency
different.
expired.
No, it would be different if you had him say, somebody was duly elected that wasn't him, and when it was time to certify those results, you put in 7 fake slates of electors, and then when you got caught doing that and your vice president said, no, I won't do that for you, you sent a mob to the Capitol to try and overthrow those results. That would be a dictator who would do something like that. Zelensky didn't do that. He's in the middle of war.
Like I said, you don't understand what a dictator is, but that's okay.
You don't.
What's a dictator?
No,
You
a dictator
understand
would
what
be.
happened in 2022 when Poland was hit by a missile? Are you familiar with that story?
No, tell me.
Russia was attacking Ukraine,
Mhm.
and a missile hit a village in Poland. Now, at first, everyone speculated.
Dylan said no, or Daryl said no. Daryl in the comments, I appreciate it. I didn't want to hear him finish that story, because if you're not going to have the context of what is going on in Ukraine for the reason why there's martial law and why it is suspended, as Adi has fucking talked about, what are you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So just quick Google search, just out of pure curiosity to find out where he got this vitriol from. So AI Overview says no, Zelensky's presidency has not expired. While Ukrainian law normally mandates presidential elections every 5 years, the current state of martial law in Ukraine has suspended elections. Wow. And
yes, the spicy noodle strike in the Polish village that unalived 2 people was from Ukraine, but it was not on purpose. They believe it was something from trying to intercept a Russian one. And that is tragic, and that is what's going on. Why? Because Russia won't leave Ukraine alone. So,
just pointing this out there, guys. Woo, a legitimate wartime leader. Whoa.
all right, guys, let's see. Let's keep it going here. If you guys could get to 35,000 likes, that would be great. We have 80 shares. Let's try to get up to 90. If you have not done your daily heart me, please do so. If you're not following my backup, I would really appreciate if you followed it. We're still trying to get that up to 1,000 likes. If you're not following all of our Audie, you should be. Those are my panelists. Olive's my work wife. She also goes live. Audie also goes live. Brilliant, brilliant conversations to be had there. If you're not following them, you absolutely need to be doing so. Is it the Instigator?
Yeah,
How are you today?
I don't know. I'm doing pretty good.
Cool. I
That's
invited him up
good.
because of his comments.
Oh, okay. Real quick, I want to say, Brittenham Larry, I didn't close the door on my kids. I closed the door on my cats because one cat is on one side of the door growling at the other cat. So,
Hey, Ari, if you know so much about this, why are you not trying to keep NATO? Why don't you go talk to NATO about something about this?
Yeah, no, I saw your
Let's
comment.
speak
It's
to NATO
cool. I
about
love
it.
this. No, I love
Yeah.
this. Have you ever heard of the NATO-Russia Founding Act of 1997?
Oh, absolutely. But you're not going to go
Oh,
ahead and
okay.
twist it around into your narrative there, Ari.
Oh, wait. So I'm not gonna read it at the very bottom here,
Yeah.
where it clearly says, you want to put me on the big screen? Let's just be clear. This is from the State Department, okay?
Mm-hmm.
NATO-Russia Founding Act, May 15th, 1997.
Yep.
And you're telling me it doesn't specifically say that the act has no impact on NATO enlargement? That process is proceeding on schedule. NATO
That's not what
leaders
I'm
at the
fucking
Madrid.
talking about here, you dope.
Can you stop?
I'm talking about something
Okay,
completely
shushies,
different.
shushies, be quiet. Can somebody, thank you. NATO leaders at the Madrid summit in July will extend invitations to to the first countries to begin accession talks. Those countries admit it will have the full rights and responsibilities of alliance membership. And the door to membership will remain open to all emerging European democracies. And by the way, this was signed by the Russian president in 1997.
Not even what I was talking about. So where the fuck is your brain at? Like where the fuck did you pivot from what I was talking about to that?
Well, no, it's an actual fact,
No,
right?
it's a
That
fucking
NATO
pivot is what
agreed.
you
Sorry,
did, Ari.
Russia. It's not a
You
pivot.
pivoted.
It's a
Did you
statement
or
of fact.
did you not pivot?
Goodness.
Yes or fucking
You're so angry so
So
early.
here's
Yes or
what
no?
it is,
That's
okay? Here is what it is.
Did
You were
you not
trying to
pivot?
make some kind of claim that somehow NATO agreed not to expand close to Russia's border, except we know that that's not true because, in fact, Russia signed on to an
what I
agreement in 1997 agreeing to NATO enlargement and expansion. And if they truly had an issue with NATO expanding close to their border, why didn't they invite, I don't know, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia in 2004 when all three of those countries joined? They didn't. Why didn't they also go after Finland when they joined in 2023? They didn't. And Finland's actually more of a threat because they have a naval base. They have a
Why are
port
you
that's
shaking in
20
your voice?
kilometers. 20. I'm walking around, dude, and I'm wearing high boots.
Not talking about anything I'm talking about. Not even fucking close.
What are you
I
talking
didn't mean to
about?
hit that button.
What are you
I
talking
don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
What
you
are
don't
you
even
talking
like.
about?
You went off on this fucking
Boots, baby.
monologue on
Runners.
tangent fucking talking
That's
points.
man stomping.
You didn't even understand the fucking
What are
questions.
you
that were asked
talking
at
about
hand, Ari.
then? Do you want to
Oh,
explain it
okay.
to the women who don't
You're
understand?
a fucking retard. That's why. You don't
there
listen to
it is.
people.
Oh,
You go off
that's
on
how
your
you know when
talking-
you've lost.
Yeah, you have to say the slurs.
That's
so
how you
can
know when
fix
you've
it,
lost.
Cry about it. Got it.
Yeah, no, I'm walking around in awesome boots because it's rainy outside because I'm in Florida and it likes to rain. He definitely needs a binky or something because that was
How many holes are in that wall?
all right. Probably a couple more
Yeah.
now. But
Volsan,
go ahead and
how are you?
cycle me back down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Volsand, how are you today?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
I did not, but
Oh,
I have been a lifelong blue dot in 3 red states.
Oh, that's tough.
And it is
Appreciate only looking for opposition.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Keep fighting in your blue dots. Keep fighting.
If you're mad about that, send it to my manager.
I do have I do have a what's it called? Comment line. DeLuca, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. Why are you still supporting him?
Because I think he's doing the best job he can possibly do right now.
Like with what specifically?
With the southern border, with crime,
What is
ending-
wrong with the southern border?
and with ending identity politics.
Sure, don't care about that. What is wrong with the southern border?
Well, the fact that we had anywhere between 10 and 20 million people cross the border within
Where'd you get that
40-year
number
period.
from?
Our country cannot sustain those types of
Where'd
numbers.
you get that number from?
That's what's being reported
From where?
all over the media.
No, from where?
Let me ask you,
Is
Miss
the media a
OnlyFans
primary
mom.
source or a secondary source?
You're going to sit on this moral high ground. when
It's
you
not a
sell
moral
your
high ground. I just
ass-
want to
when
know
you
where you
sell
got
your
your numbers
ass on
from.
OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, you guys love to crash out. I asked you one question to back up your numbers. Where are you getting that number from? I would love to see it.
What are your numbers?
Of people who came actually crossed, it's an unquantifiable number that we don't have because we don't track
What
that.
is your number?
We don't have that number.
You don't have a number? Is it 1 or is it
have a number.
1 million?
We don't have a number because
Well,
that
we
is
know
not
it's at
something
least one because we
that
have
is not
Garcia.
something that DHS or CBP tracks.
Why are men? Why do men?
This moral high ground you sit on when you
Not a
sell
moral
your
high
ass
ground.
at
I'm just
night.
asking you to source your numbers.
Look, you know what's really funny about that? I bet if we were to look through your like little searches and stuff like
You're
that.
too ugly to sell your ass.
Aw, look at that. You want to tell my boyfriend that?
You can check out that link later.
I
That's
can
for
only imagine
different activities.
how
I know that
ugly
you're gonna
he
crash
is to
out
put up
now.
with you.
You're gonna crash out now because
I'm not crashing out.
You're
I
crashing
just
out
think
because
it's ironic
what did I
that
ask
you sit
you?
up on
I
here
asked you
on
to
this
just
moral
source.
high ground when you
It's not a
sell
moral
your
high
ass.
ground. I'm asking you to source your number of 20 million. That's all I'm asking you to do.
You're a sex worker.
Sure.
You are a
Oh,
sex
no.
worker. You're a
I am.
hypocrite.
Oh no. Yeah, I support.
You're a
SWW.
sex worker. You're a hypocrite.
How am I a hypocrite?
Because you want to get up in here, play this moral high ground when you are
What
the
am I
worst
playing
of
the moral
worst.
high ground with? What am I playing the moral high ground
You're
with?
the worst of worst. You're a sex worker.
What am I playing the moral high ground with?
You're a sex worker.
Are you a
Do
Christian
your
by
kids
chance?
watch
Are
you
you
do
a
that?
Christian? Are you a Christian by chance? Are you a Christian, DeLuca?
Very much so.
Okay, well, Jesus hung out with a whole ass prostitute.
He hung out with prostitutes. He hung out with tax collectors.
Read your book. Let me go get it. I keep forgetting I need to leave it over here. Let me go get my book. I'm gonna have a new fan later.
No hate like Christian love.
Yellowed out because I've had it since I was a child. When I was a Baptist, we can have those conversations. All I asked is you to source 20 million. That's it. That's all I asked. Keep crying. You guys, this is how we're starting. Let's get it going. Keep booping that screen. I appreciate you so much. Let's try to get to 40,000 likes. Let's try to still get to 90 shares. I think we can do that. If you have not sent your daily heart me, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. There are 333 people in here. Let's keep it going. Support Olive on my panel. She has her tree of links. And if you're not following her,
I need lunch.
if you need lunch, please follow my backup. I also have a goal I'm trying to hit. My green and blue appetizers are in my tree of links in my bio. It is 10 or a swan to vominos these people that you are tired of listening of if they don't crash out on their own.
Buy me lunch, or you can send some stuff to those apps and help me get some more cold medicine.
Everita, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And please don't bring me down because I didn't vote for that clown.
Well, I appreciate you. I do appreciate you, but I am looking to speak to Trump supporters. If we get too many friendlies on the panel, especially people I don't know, the algorithm doesn't like it very much. Thank you, Audie. That was next. So they probably lost their patience and left because that happens too.
Thing to snack on when you're sick.
What?
Toast.
Yeah, toast is good. He's not loading in. So there are no Trump supporters in the box right now. So you guys, if you want to come have a conversation with me where you don't crash out when I just ask you to source a claim, I would love to be able to talk to you. Yeah, Chicky said the crash outs have been almost instant in all the lives. Yeah, because the only people left are people deep, deep sunk cost fallacy in the cult. Hi, 13 Dot. And so they just crash out because they don't have any facts behind it. They just don't want you talking about their man. My man, my man, my man. Marina.
Yeah, no, Sim, I have toast. I'm drinking water. I don't have bananas. We do have rice. I might make some rice with beef tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see. But again, there are more ways than one to support your favorite content creators. Again, someone can buy me lunch and dinner if you want. We do this shit for free, so you don't have to. Plus, you can also support me with my updated wish list, because after going through my classroom, we have to get a lot of for my kids. So there are that Schmamazon link up there, or you can directly just send me, you know, the green stuff if you want to support children.
Oh, come on, Trumpers. Let's have a conversation without you crashing out. The men are so soft. The kids are planning something?
Sounds like your kids are planning something in the background.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm just hearing things. I don't know.
I was like, they're playing games.
They big scared.
They are. You just can't get them in anymore. And if you do, they're just like not ready to have conversations.
They instantly want to crash out. Revolution.
I'm just asking you a question based off of why you said you supported him. That's it. That's all I was doing.
Oh, Ryder, if you want, I can do it one better. Hey, friends, right? Say I'm begging for money, right? So besides being a sick educator and stuff like that, while we're there, you can also continue to send that green stuff. And every single time I send, you guys send me stuff, most things go back to my school. Besides today, I had a 4-0 goal that got crashed out because in between paychecks and teachers don't get paid much. So if you want to help me with more ways than one, again, you can buy me lunch if you want. Buy me dinner. Tell me to go get cold medicine. I don't give a fuck.
Hi, Truth. Did you vote for Trump?
Voted for Trump. Hello, Olive.
You said you did?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. Why are you still supporting him?
I'm supporting him based on the market still. I mean, I'm not a big monster Trump fan. I'm not.
Sure.
But I'm supporting him on part of the markets, kind of like everybody said that Trump is destroying the farmers. Actually, no, not really. He's not. I am a farmer. And based off of the cattle markets and the chicken market and all that, that's a lot of why I still support Trump. And the closing of the border in Mexico with the live cattle and also the tariffs on Brazil. I think there needs to be lots of tariffs on these countries importing beef in.
Sure, but it's raising beef prices in the United States. I don't think we haven't been going with farmers. And my issue is that his tariffs in the first term affected farmers very negatively.
Yes, on row crop farmers, it really affected them. As far as any of the other farmers,
which they're incentivized to
really
grow that way.
Do what now?
They're incentivized to grow those crops specifically by the government, and then he screwed them over.
Yes, and that's why they got the bailout on it too.
Yeah, but a lot of people still lost their farms.
Oh well, I don't know any. I don't know any row crop farmer that lost their farm, but I did know some of them that did get several subsidies. I did know that.
But they only had to get subsidies because of what he did.
Correct, and they also had it. They've also got insurance too that also kicks in on that as well. But the beef prices at its all-time high. I'm 45, and I've never seen beef prices this high. And I've talked to some of my elders, and they have never seen beef. They've never been this high in the country.
Yeah, it's because of the tariffs.
But it's also too because of you got to take. I just watched the market earlier. And your average farmer nowadays, the average herd size is like 40. Okay, so what you're seeing right now at the price of cattle is all these older farmers are unloading their herds and getting them gone because of the price of cattle. For instance, a 775-pound steer last Monday bring $2,635 a round. That's unheard of. Well, when the farmers are sending 50 or 60 of them to the barn, that's why they're unloading. And you're actually going to see beef prices get higher because of the live cattle prices constantly going up, and they're going to start unloading all their herds. Then there will be no cattle.
What state did you vote in?
I voted in Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah, because we're trying to boycott Texas beef right now for sure.
Yeah, I seen that.
Why are cattle prices are high because of people selling their cattle?
It's because we have no numbers. We've got the lowest numbers since 1961, and when you don't have the cattle numbers, then it's the supply and demand, and you know that.
Right, but what is he doing about making it easier to get cattle at cheaper prices?
I don't see that he's doing anything with the border being closed, especially in Mexico. That the border closed because of the screwworm.
Well, the borders are closed.
Yes, they're not importing any cattle from Mexico.
Okay, so
Because of the,
that's very specific. I thought you meant just in general, like people. No, but like
no. I'm talking about the screwworm. They're not importing live cattle across the border.
right, because of some sort of parasite.
Yes, the screwworm.
Well, that would make sense then. Why we wouldn't do that? But then is he giving out subsidies to these farmers to help them build up while beef prices are high? Like,
No, as far as a cattle farmer right now, if you ain't making money as a cattle farmer, you need to get out of business.
sure,
Because
it's a tough business to be in. I'm not going to say it's not, but I'm just, I guess my point is, I'm asking, like, what is he doing for you?
I like the tariffs. I like the tariffs on the imported beef.
So you
I think
like
the
our
tariffs.
beef prices being high?
Yes, I like the tariffs on like the Brazilian beef and all that. They need to sure enough be high. Yes.
But we can't, right. But my thing is even if he did that very specifically, the problem is he's not investing in cattle farmers in the U.S. That would be where a targeted tariff would be beneficial, because the problem is our demand for beef in the U.S. is still high, but we are not getting that met by cattle farmers within the U.S., and he's not doing anything to fix that.
Well, see, you talk about invest. That's what I'm doing. Even though cattle are high, I'm buying cattle and I'm keeping all my heifers.
Sure, but I think and that's great, but I think if the government is going to implement something that we know is going to make tariffs high because we get a majority of our beef from overseas, from places like Brazil, okay, because our demand is still so strong, and he's going to put a tariff on that, that's fine, but then you subsequently have to do other things like invest in cattle farmers here, and he's not doing that. I think the government has that responsibility to do that.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
Yeah.
You are.
But he's not doing that. All he's doing is harming the American consumer.
I'm making more profit. Hey, drop me down. I'll come back up in a little bit. I got company.
No, you're fine. I hope you have a great day, Truth. Hey, at least Truth is willing to have a conversation. At least Truth knows how tariffs work.
I was going to point out, because I married into a farm family, and they do cattle, they do pigs, they do various vegetables like corn and shit. It's a regular conversation that I overhear at family gatherings, because they're on that side of, we voted for the man, but shit, we fucked up, we might have fucked up. Where they've been commenting about how it's harder to get those government subsidies, USDA subsidies, for mom and pop farms like them, because most of those subsidies are going to like the big corporate farms. And they've been getting a lot of local farmers have been getting boxed out without access to those funds at the same rate that the corporate farms are getting them.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you're pricing out, you're getting rid of these smaller cattle farmers.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what happened with soy in the first term. That's the thing. Is like, yes, does the government incentivize more for you to grow soy because they're shitbags? Yeah, absolutely. But what happened is the same thing. Even though you had smaller farmers growing that, because of the tariffs and the trade war with China, they stopped buying it and they had to sell their farms to corporate farmers.
If you want one of the best minds on TikTok for this topic, she just appeared in chat because I summoned her because I didn't expect Truth to leave, and that's Grains and Pains. Grains is an agriculture economist. This is like Grains' entire world.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love knowing that. Thank you. Yeah, Truth had company and Truth had to leave, I guess. Very sudden.
Truth is pretty, he's probably the only Trump supporter that I've ever, like, had good conversations with and actually followed.
Yeah, no, and I'll always appreciate that. I have no problem with good conversations with people who voted for Trump. I mean, he even said he's not like a MAGA head, right? Which is fine. Which is why I ask why you're still supporting him, regardless of whether you're like MAGA or you're conservative or whatever. I just want to have conversations. So I appreciate that after being yelled at for the last 10 minutes prior.
That's all I had the first 15 minutes of my life was someone.
Good. Another good person for this topic is Lady Google, because Lady Google actually has a lot of farmland.
Yeah, Lady Google is good.
I have not seen her in months.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Probably. I don't blame her.
Hey, like I just saw her this morning. What are you talking about?
I haven't seen her in a while.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Where's she hiding? Come on, Trumpers, let's keep going. Let's get to 60,000 likes while we're sitting here. We still haven't hit 90 shares, and I think that we can. We're so close. If you have not done your daily heart meet, please do so. and we can keep trying to have conversations.
If nothing,
They didn't really say pro-farmer grains and paints, just kind of like he's okay with the tariffs on Brazil because of beef, because he's a cattle farmer. And I was just trying to explain to him that, but we're not seeing any subsidization of like cattle farmers in the United States after those tariffs were implemented. Like, yeah, you implemented tariffs and now prices for beef are high, but you're not doing anything to help the cattle farmers in the US after the fact.
His argument was, as a cattle farmer, he's making more money now because of the reduced imports, so he's fine with it happening.
Yeah. You have a fun fact? Let's have a fun fact.
Hello.
Hi.
So fun fact about cattle, especially if we're talking feeders, beef cattle, etc. Prices were up even before the tariffs because we have the lowest herd numbers in 70 plus years. So yeah, there is some stuff to be said about corn's cheaper, it's cheaper to feed them, et cetera, but we have room for Brazilian competition right now because our herd numbers are so far down.
Truth is back. He is the farmer that we were speaking
So
of.
now that Grains is here and Truth is back, I'm going to actually take my leave and make a phone call. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So truth, I mean, basically what you're saying is that you're just happy that you're making more money and not that the consumer's hurting.
I'm happy that the cattle farmers are finally making money instead of just barely getting by. Yes, I am happy.
But that hurts consumers. You don't care about that?
Well, I mean, I don't want it to hurt them, but I mean, it's just the way it's going to be until we get it. What's your name? I heard her say that there is room in here for the Brazilian beef, and yes, she is correct.
Mhm.
She is correct. But I don't know. I don't see him keeping the tariffs on the Brazilian beef very long. And I see
Let's be
prices
clear that
will
the
go.
tariff isn't just on beef. The tariff is on Brazil in general. Why did he put that tariff on Brazil?
I don't know why he done that.
Because they're investigating the former president for fraud within the elections, and he's friends with that guy.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I could understand if we were doing a targeted tariff, but that's not what's happening. He's just blanket tariffing things just because he wants to.
And I see some of the tariffs. I mean, I don't see that they've got to be that high. I mean, we could come to an agreement. I don't know. What do you think? What was the basic tariffs that we were getting charged? What was it, 10%?
From Brazil, specifically?
No,
Oh.
no, just from our trading partners, just our regular.
It depends on the country and it depended on the product because we didn't have like blanket tariffs on everything for each other, right? So you had like China has a 100% tariff on us for on themselves, but it's on us for EVs, right? But that's because they wanted to build up their EV market. Similarly, what Biden did with the Chips and Science Act, where we put a targeted tariff on Taiwan chips so that we could start manufacturing chips in this country. So it's not always bad when it comes to tariffs. It just depends on what it is used for and if there's going to be implementation and investment in the actual manufacturing of that product in the United States.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that there's. I don't know where was we importing them? It's for the diabetes that the people put on their arm. Was we getting that from overseas?
We usually get that from overseas, either like Switzerland or Sweden, I think, is where we get a lot of our pharmaceuticals from.
Well, I know my brother works in that type of industry, and he said that's all they are producing is them diabetes deals. He said because they're so far behind they can't keep up. And I guess there's a pretty big tariff or something on all the medical stuff too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that stuff's going to get more expensive. We started well, under the Biden administration, they were bringing drugs or pharmaceutical prices down was their goal. Insulin specifically had a cap on it that Trump tried to remove, but then he later kept so that he could say he did it, that they can't charge you more than a certain amount for insulin through your insurance. And because of that, all they are through government insurance. Because of that, it basically collectively bargains the other insurance companies down so that they all have to follow that.
And I do agree on the one side with the Democrats that we need to get some kind of health. We need to get something in this country for the people.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
insurance shit's ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that everybody should have insurance. Everybody should be able to go to the doctor and get whatever they need without it bankrupting them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but Republicans are never going to do that. And with the big beautiful bill, they just removed they're going to remove millions off of their medical.
And some of that I do understand, and some of it I don't. I think the people that can get out and work need to.
Sure. So then we talk about the percentage of adults on Medicaid who work is 70%.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a friend that said he can't draw Medicaid. I don't think he's disabled, but he draws off of his work. And I asked him the other day if he thought that if it would mess his Medicaid up, and he said, "I don't draw Medicaid." So I thought he did just because he was disabled. So I guess all disabled people don't draw Medicaid, do they?
No, not all of them. And if they have a better insurance, like you can still have private insurance if you choose to. So if they have, better insurance through whatever they're doing, then that's what they choose to do. That's not an issue. So not all of them do. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. When we're talking about work requirements for Medicaid, we know that over 70% of adults who receive Medicaid are already working full-time or part-time jobs. And similarly, we've seen work requirements in states like Arkansas actually did this. They implemented work requirements very similar to the ones in the Big Beautiful Bill. What ended up happening was 18,000 people who were qualified for Medicaid lost their insurance, lost their medical because of paperwork and red tape and missing deadlines and filing. But the employment rate in Arkansas did not go up. It did not change because those people were already working. They just got bogged up with red tape and no longer were receiving Medicaid.
Okay.
So we're going to see that now on a national scale.
Yeah, JBS is, if I'm not mistaken, JBS is owned by a foreign company. Can you look that up and see if China?
They're
See
Brazilian-based.
if Japan or China owns JBS.
No, it's Brazil.
Brazil?
Yep. Brazil. Well, you have that problem too. You have all these corporations that are being let to own these companies.
There's a bigger issue in the cattle industry with the fact that we only have 5 meat packers. And so we have the futures market. You've got live cattle, feeder cattle, whatever you want to look at that is being driven by supply and demand. But when it comes down to it, it's
the packers are the one that run the whole deal.
What do those packers want to pay that day? And do they have a good attitude or a bad attitude type of thing? So you have a bigger issue with antitrust laws not being followed within the packing industry. That is a large portion of why, unless we have herd sizes so small like we do right now, that's a large portion of what drives prices down in the cattle market.
Well, you see the cattle market last Friday dropped $9.
Looking at live or feeders?
I was looking at the feeders. Feeders, they dropped $9. They was back up this morning. Now they're back down about 50 cents or so.
They're still at $3.43 though, which is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yesterday they was at $3.48.
Yeah.
Well, just like I was telling her, if these you see what the live cattle at now, that's crazy. But if these live cattle go up anymore, people are just going to start dumping their herds.
Well, and we don't have the replacement value for them because we have too small herd sizes. So we need that information for the consumer. And I'm not saying that there's not a place to protect certain domestic producers by any means at all. However, if we're wanting to, I think I heard you just talking about how there's no subsidization or there's nothing coming up behind it, but there's different ways to support cattle producers rather than throw tariffs on something when we're already short on herd size. So the tariffs are not going to do anything except for harm the consumer. And interestingly enough, I don't know if you're even aware of this, but all it takes for something to be labeled U.S. beef is that it's processed here. So
Correct.
cattle
That's
come
why
in.
all the
Yeah,
that's
if
why all the
they'll come
Mexican
in
beef
from
is
Mexico,
going.
Brazil, wherever they're coming into,
Mhm.
if they come across live and they're processed here, it's labeled US beef. So you have another issue with the USDA and how the labeling requirements are. People were really upset with Obama for trying to do cool labeling, which is country of origin labeling, that fixed that. So we don't necessarily have that right now. But yeah, cattle prices are out of control, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see people dump their herds, and then we're going to end up in a huge problem with a food shortage, and we're going to have tariffs on countries that we could actually get food from.
Well, the market report Saturday morning said that watching the live cattle, if they go up any more and people do start dumping their herds, they're predicting that it's going to take a 5-year turnaround before it ever gets back to normal.
We're already kind of there, unless we start seeing some super breeding practices. Because, I mean, are you grazing cattle? Or are you doing cow calf? What are you doing?
Yeah, we're cow calf, and then we background too.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, think about this. How long does it take for you're doing cow calf? How long does it take for that calf to go to processing?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it takes 2.5 years. And so you're looking at having to go through gestation. I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. It's like Monday, number 3. But you're having to go through pregnancy. You're having to go through calving. You're having to go through feeding that calf until they're ready to be processed. Then you go to processing. Yeah, you're 2, 3, 4 years out because we just can't replace them fast enough.
Well, that's what we were saying the other day. You look at what it takes to time you keep your own heifers and background your heifers, how long it takes her to turn around before you ever make any money off of her when you can turn around and sell her for $2,400 to $2,600.
And that's a problem because cattle prices are too high.
But I don't think you'll ever see the prices drop back down to what they was before.
You will. You will. The market always has a way of correcting itself, especially when we're talking commodities, and livestock is a commodity. So you'll see a correction, but it may be a while, and there's going to have to be supply and demand factors that contribute to that. So either we're going to see less people eating beef because it's too expensive, right? So you'll see less people eating beef because it's going to become a premium or a luxury good rather than a staple good. And then that's going to drive prices down. Then you're going to have the herd, if you can get herd sizes to increase, then you're going to see that come down. But it's going to take some time to do that. We saw the same thing in the grain markets after the first trade war, where they just sat in the tank for so long. And then what we did is we bailed out all these farmers. And then he went ahead and started paying farmers to keep farming when we had a supply issue because we had too much supply. And so it was just a whirlwind of government intervention in the farm economy that created a horrific market for corn, soybeans, wheat, and cotton, and hogs.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm also I also have a big egg operation, and all my eggs go to the hatchery, and they hatch them. We're seeing an increase in our out time was usually 6 to 8 weeks before we ever got hens back. Now our out time's like 2 weeks, and we're seeing what you just got through saying. People are kind of moving off the beef and they're going more towards chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's becoming a luxury good. Do you know the difference between a luxury good and an inferior good?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not gonna economics explain this to you, but I'm just gonna put it so the chat understands. So an inferior good is something that as your income increases, you consume less of. So a good example of an inferior good is ramen noodles. All of us broke college kids were eating a crap ton of ramen noodles. As soon as we started eating real food, or not eating real food, making real money, we started buying more beef, chicken, premium items, eating out, etc. And our demand for ramen noodles went down. So with beef, you have it more as a luxury good. And so your income's going to have to go up to compete with that increase in price. And right now we're seeing what looks like stagflation. And that's not going to help beef long term. So.
But I'm with you too, though. Beef prices, they've got to come down. They can't hover where they're hovering now. But even if they do drop down, just what'd you say the market was a while ago? 343?
Even now. Live
even if
329 and feeders are 344.
Even if the beef comes down to 330 or 325, the live or the feeders, I mean that's still breaking. I mean, great.
No, we're off the market equilibrium though. So what's it cost? You don't have to give your whole cost breakdown, but what's it cost for a feeder right now? What's your cost of production?
Well, we're not backgrounding none now. We don't have none in, but I've got 8 up that I'm feeding far as to go to the butcher. They're averaging, let's see, my grain's costing me right at 13 cents a pound, and we've got them where we got them right at consuming right about 25 to 30 pounds a day is what we're feeding.
Okay. And how many days are you till you're finishing them?
There'd be 120 days, and October the 1st is when they will leave.
120 times 30 times 13.
But now we wasn't feeding 30 pounds a day when we started out. We've just gradually, we went from 5 to 10 to 15, and then boom.
And then you bred and raised these up, or you went and bought them and fed them out?
No, I raised them.
Yeah. So your cost of production is literally 100 weight. So your cost of production is what it's showing for 100 weight on there. So the ROI there is astronomical depending on the finished weight. So
right.
That's
finished weight.
Yeah, there's good margin for cattle guys. I'm not going to deny that for you. Like there's good margin for cattle guys right now, but that margin's out of control. So that's where you're going to see the problem. It's going to balloon.
See now on our background calves, that was just the feeder calves we were sending the butcher. On my background calves, we're feeding 5 to 8 pound, 5 pound a day, plus right around 25 pound of silage a day, and then we'll mix some hay in with it.
Yeah.
But you see where your cost of production has decreased, right? Because grains are cheaper because we have tariffs. We're not selling like we used to. We're not getting the demand we need. So your cost of production has decreased while your cost of selling, or what you're going to get when you go and sell it, is increasing. So do you see how that's creating a little bit of a balloon effect, and it's going to end up collapsing at some point?
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, yeah, you know how the cattle market is.
Yeah, we're not at market equilibrium. So that's the thing is like, yeah, cattle market right now is really high, but that has nothing to do. Tariffs will influence it a little bit, but it has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact that we don't have enough herd.
Correct. But now we're getting right at a 4.5 to 5 pound gain a day on these big steers.
The facts still remain the same, that we're going to see it try to get back to market equilibrium at some point. And unfortunately, I think that's going to come at the expense of of consumers where less consumers are going to be consuming beef. So long term, that's not good for our industry.
I mean, yeah, I'm not in
So
the industry in any way, shape, or form, but I am a mother with a family, and already right now, when I look at meal planning, beef is not really on my list right now.
The only beef I eat is what we raise. Now we're a big chicken. We eat lots of chicken around here, but I don't know. We don't never buy beef from the store or nothing because we've always got it. We butcher our own.
Sure, and that's great for you, but for the average consumer like me, I don't have that in Colorado in the city that I'm in, right? Like I'm in kind of a food desert situation, so I've got like a Walmart and I've got like a King Soopers, and that's or a Kroger or a Fry's, whatever it's called, wherever you guys are. And that, I have to kind of buy my ground beef from there, and it's expensive. So I'm not really including it in my meal planning now because it is so expensive.
What is ground beef there?
In Colorado right now, I don't know when the last time my husband bought ground beef was now. Let's see if I can find the average price for like.
It's $6. It's $6 a pound here off the farm.
Yeah, that's about what it is here. Mhm.
But that's straight off the farm.
But yeah, ours is actually saying 6. That's what it's saying. So that might be on the low end. They're probably increasing it then too. We're probably hitting around 7, depending on. It was like 9 when you went, B. Okay, that's my brother. So he said it was like $9 when he went and bought.
About what is there, unless you can go to a producer and get it. And that's one of the things is if you have the availability to go to a producer and you have the funds to say, hey, I want a quarter beef, or I want a half beef, or I want a full beef, or same thing for hogs, half hog, full hog. You can buy it directly from a producer and it ends up being cheaper, but it is a little bit more upfront cost because you're buying that year worth of animal for at one time, right? Which isn't necessarily feasible for everyone. But the bigger problem is not enough people have access to that. I can go down the street and say, hey, I want that cow. Let me know when it's processed. I'll write you a check type of thing. I want half cow, right? But not a lot of people have that ability to do that. Now, I don't know, Justin, if you want to message me later, I don't know what part of Colorado you're in, but I do have a couple farmers out there. Or if that's something that you'd be interested in, I've got you.
I am in Commerce City, but like the Reunion side, if you know where that is, more so than the other side.
No clue, but I will find out. I am in South Dakota where we have more cows than humans, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grange, do y'all background or you just are cow calf?
I play with hay burners is what I do. So when it comes to livestock now, my hay business partner does cow calf, yes. But our hay business that's targeted to the equine market has made it so the banker is like, you need to get rid of all your cows and just do hay. So.
See, there's not a big hay market here where I'm at. We've got so much money. That's another thing I was going to tell you. I don't know. What do you usually have in your hay far as is your fertilizer? What's your fertilizer cost?
I have to ask him because I do not know. I don't do any of that. He does that. So, but as far as our hay goes up here in South Dakota, we're selling small square alfalfa for $10 a bale.
Down here, it is. If you go buy just the regular small square bale, it's $35 a bale for the small ones.
Are you in Texas? Where are you at?
I'm in Arkansas.
Oh, you're in Arkansas. Yeah. No, y'all don't have it there. And that's the same thing out in Texas, North Carolina, all that stuff. The difference is here it's produced here. We also don't have feed stores where you can just go buy little squares. You have to find someone who actually does it because everything's pretty much round baled up here.
Yeah, we do a few square bales. Most of ours is round bales. We do right around. I think this year, by the time we're done, right around 4,800 round bales is what we'll bale, and that's not big compared to part of the country you're from.
You've got limited land when it comes to that, but because I'm assuming are you out in rice country? Are you like Delta Arkansas or closer to the Delta Arkansas? Or are you the?
No, I'm central Arkansas. All that other south of me. I'm north of the Arkansas River, probably about 30 miles.
So is that like Stuttgart area?
No, I'm 2.5 hours north of Stuttgart.
Okay, you're almost Missouri.
I'm 2 hours from the Missouri line.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat here, but I mean we got pretty good ground. We're fighting army worms right now. They're about to tear us to pieces.
Well, I appreciate the good conversation, Truth, and Grains. Thank you for coming up here and all of your knowledge. I hope people understood it or got something out of it, or it encouraged them to look it up. I am going to drop you both down. I'll probably get ready for a restart, but I appreciate you, Truth, coming in and having real conversation, even though you voted for Trump. It's not something where we have to be on fighting terms. I just want to know, where you were coming from, and you gave me that, so I appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am. Y'all have a good day.
Grains, thank you. And if you do find a cattle producer that I can get beef cheaper, I'm sure my husband would be very much interested in that.
Yeah, DM me where you're at, and I'll look at where you're at in relation to some of my clients and see what I can do.
Okay, I absolutely will do that. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's see if I can. Not good at fixing my panel a lot of the time, so we're going to try and do that. Fix that. Okay, I did it. All right, guys, I'm going to hit a quick reset, so we'll be on for another 45-ish minutes. Yeah, W Grains, guys, that was amazing information. Stuff that I honestly have no clue about, and so it's very interesting to listen to. I actually should probably learn more about that, seeing as we have a lot of agriculture in Colorado, so that is something I think I want to research this weekend, actually. I'm going to start looking into that. I appreciate you guys. She's on the team, too. Oh, yay! We love that. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to hit a quick reset. I'll be back in 30-ish seconds. So if you're not following me, please do so. We will do a restart and be here for another 45 minutes to an hour before it is lunchtime. Appreciate y'all.